Hi, welcome to Bakcou. Today we're going to show you how to build a Flatlander, and this is also going to be able to help you to build up your Flatlander ST24. First off, you're going to need some scissors, basically just to cut these bands off. Once you have these bands off, it'll be a lot easier to open the box. Inside the box, you will receive your battery. And the next thing that you will receive is also this box. Inside this box is your toolkit. Everything that you will need to put together the bike will be inside of here. Now, taking out the bike. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to be able to take out with two people, but you can also take it out by yourself, but it'd be a lot easier with another person. Okay, the next step is we are going to take off all the packaging on this. We're going to remove the zip ties and then also the bubble wrap. You can use scissors, but it is a little bit easier to use dikes. But let's get to it. So now that we got everything off of this bike, these parts in front of me is everything that was inside the bike box. These parts are what you're going to use to be able to put on the lights, pedals, your fender, and your tire. So let's get to putting this together. So right here you got all of your tools. You have a 10 and an 8 crescent wrench, and then also a 15. And then some of these that you're going to be using is a 4mm Allen key, a 5mm Allen key, and then a 6mm Allen key. First off, let's start with this 4. We're going to head to the front of this bike right here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start by taking these bolts out. These are the parts that will come off of your headset that you will be using. Next step that we're going to do is we're going to put on the handlebars. The handlebars will be draped on the right side if you're facing towards the front of the bike. And all you have to do is put it on the front. There will be some rivets right here that you will have to center inside of your headset. So right now we're going to put this plate on and connect it to the headset. We're going to be putting this bolt in. Just make sure that you keep a nice firm grip on it just to start off, just so then the bike does not go falling down or you drop your handlebars. So we got one bolt in. Next we're going to go to the opposite corner and put the other bolt in. This way, you're not going to tighten these down all the way, just because it makes it a little bit easier for you to adjust your handlebars, so then you can be able to get it in the right position. Okay, now that we got the handlebars on, we're going to put on the front tire. So, there's a couple things that first you need to take off, but then also be aware of. One, do not hit your brake once you take off this part that I'm going to do right now. What this is a spacer for your brakes. It makes it so that your brake pads are not going to close together. That is why you don't touch your brakes when you're putting on this wheel. Next thing that we're going to take off is this little piece right here. It's just located on the bottom of your bike. It's basically just to protect your forks during shipping. The next thing that we're going to grab that is right here up front is your quick release. It is a skewer quick release that keeps the tire on your forks. So again, it is easier with another person, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to do it by yourself. So what I like to do, I like to first get my arm up underneath your stem right here, and you have to get it centered on this bike. Because this disc right here has to go in between your brakes and then go into the slots that are on your fork. Then I usually like to put down my kickstand, make it a little bit easier for me to put on this skewer. You're going to put the handle end that you see right here on, if you're looking towards the back of the bike, on the left side where this little blue knob is. Just make sure the bike is standing upright because you want your tire to be on straight. You put it through the hole. Then you get your spring that was on the other side of your quick release. You put it on this other side. Then you get your nut and you start putting on your quick release. It's just your normal righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. All you want to do is just make sure that you start hearing clicks. Once you start hearing clicks, then you can put on your quick release. You want this quick release on pretty tight because this is what's going to hold your wheel on your forks. So now that we got that on, it starts getting into the easier parts. We're going to put on the pedals. And your pedals will look like this. There's a right side and a left side. Little trick to kind of help you guys out to put these on a little bit easier. So we're going to start on the left side right here. Is you first put it in like this, and then you go towards the freewheel. And this is actually tightening your pedals on your crank arm as you're moving towards this way. So once it gets to where you can't really hold it with your fingers, you're going to get your 15mm socket, and you will finish tightening it down. Now we're going to go on to the other side, do the exact same thing. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is put on the battery. So I have my battery up here on the front. First, what you're going to do is you're going to start towards this end of the battery. That end of the battery will go inside the bike because there is a little slot that holds it in place. See, I could let go of it, it stays right there. But next we're going to do is we're going to place the battery inside the bike. You will have to use a little bit of force just because it's kind of like a car door. When you put the battery in, you can hear the clear snap, and it is inside there and is not going to move. Next thing that we're going to talk about is our kickstand. At the rear of this kickstand, there is an adjustment kind of screw. All you have to do is lift the bike up so there's no pressure on the kickstand, loosen it so that you're going to be able to slide it up and down. And as you can see, it's moving a little bit. I didn't loosen it all the way, but it slides up and down. So then you can be able to adjust your kickstand so it's kind of sitting towards an upright position. Not all the way upright, then your bike will get knocked over pretty easy, just to the point where that front wheel is not falling over. Next thing that you're going to do is make sure that before you go onto the trail, make sure your tires have air inside them. And then also you can be able to adjust your grips to the way that you want to, and as well as your brakes, your shift lever, your display. That is how you set up your bike. Okay, now that we got our Flatlander put together, you are ready to go out and ride. If you are looking to see more videos, click on the link right there, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video. We'll see you out on the trails.